You have a great way of saying this in your book. You say the central question is not can God heal? Why?
Of course God can heal. God heals every day. We hear reports of miraculous healings around the world where the gospel is just being pushed against the edges of darkness and witchcraft and sorcery and voodoo. And God is doing miraculous things. His arm is not too short. His ears are not deaf. He hears the cry of the afflicted, and he's constantly healing. But he reserves the right to choose whom he will heal and how and to what extent he will. We don't always understand his purposes and plans this side of eternity, but we have to accept that his reasons are invariably wise, good, specific, but are often hidden on this side of the tombstone. We won't really understand why he doesn't heal until the other side.
Yeah. So then we get to the question, is it God's will that he will heal all those who truly come to him in faith and ask to be healed?
Well, I think of Mark chapter 9. The same Jesus who healed withered hands says, if your hand causes you to sin, lop it off. This same Jesus who opened up the eyes of the blind said, if your eye lusts, pluck it out. Better you to go into life maimed than to enter hellfire. Now, what Jesus is basically saying there is that he's got priorities, and he wants us to buy into his priorities. And that is, it may be better that some of us go through life maimed because our hands don't reach for things, or our feet don't run off into places where they shouldn't go. And I think that portion of Scripture just serves to underscore that Jesus thinks that spiritual healing, righteousness, joy, and peace is a lot more important. That's a lot better than having hands that work and feet that walk. There are more important things in life than walking and using your hands. And that is a home for eternity, a purpose for living, and the experience of joy and peace and contentment in your life right now. That is a spiritual healing that is far more profound, far deeper. Oh my goodness, it's a far greater miracle that I can sit in this wheelchair and smile, not in spite of the problems, but because of them. That's the miracle.